channel, and today I'm gonna be reviewing the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I got it at QVC as well with their like spongy thing. I know that in QVC they have a limited shade range. Still, I felt like Fair, from the swatches I saw online, Fair would be my best shot. And it is pretty fair and neutral. So I think it'll be a nice match. But we're here to test all about this. This is like the concealer of the year. And everybody's been really excited about it, especially on Instagram and YouTube. It's been all the rage. And first of all, this looks huge. I don't know how much concealers usually have. This has 10 mil. Let me compare it to my Becca. My Becca has 5 grams. This has double the product. It is really massive, which I don't know why. I always thought it was going to be a little bit smaller. But we're going to test this out today. And we're going to test on my under eyes as well as my pimples. I know this is mostly an under eye concealer, but if we're testing it out, let's test it out all the way. And it's supposed to be really high coverage and really like bam. So I'm gonna use my beauty blender on this side and their own sponge on this side. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Open it for the first time. Okay. This is massive. Can you see this? And they say a little goes a long, long way. So I'm gonna just make a few little dots under my eyes here. I'm gonna use my beauty blender, and I think the match is really, really great though. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever had a concealer like this. This has like the same texture of long wearing foundations, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit more chalky and powdery than most concealers I'm used to. I'm gonna just dot a few extra ones here. And hence why I think this could be great for blemishes as well. So I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to show you up close what I'm talking about. But I'm also going to do this eye with their own sponge. And they have this little sponge that is not as fluffy as the beauty blender, but the overall texture kind of looks the same. So we'll see. I'm going to with the punty. I definitely think the beauty blender is a little more bouncy. I also think that the beauty blender somehow leaves a better finish, even though it is another sponge. I'm gonna come up close. I just wanna do the second little one here. The beauty blender side. Is it focusing? I hope so. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. This side is a little patchy and weird. I don't know if this side is naturally drier or if it's about the sponge. I don't know. I am typically used to more luminous and hydrating under eye concealers. I might feel like this is drying throughout the day, but we'll see. And in the meantime, I cannot get over how massive this is. Because I feel like from the texture, to me, this would be a blemish concealer, not an under eye. But I know people like to mask their faces on this new Instagram makeup trend. And you guys know that I'm really not all about this. But I thought it wouldn't look fair to test it out. It smells kind of like roses. That's why I'm smelling it, because it smells kind of floral. Beauty blender side. This looks really good as a blemish concealer. Is anyone else doing using this as a blemish concealer? Because I think that's where it's at. Can you hear that? It has the power of a high coverage foundation, and yet it isn't cakey at all. At all. Damn it. I'm really impressed for the blemish part. Damn it. You guys think that this is non-comedogenic? Because if it is, I might use this on the daily as my pinpoint concealer. What is happening? Up close. I hope you guys can see this beautiful finish, because it is really just beautiful. with any sponge, I feel like the Beauty Blender is a little better at blending. It just takes less time, but even the other sponge is doing a great job. And I feel like it's just flawless. I'm gonna set this with my By Terry powder that, as you know, is kind of blurring. It's super hydrating and non-drying. So I'm just gonna set that in because it's really hot today and I know I'm gonna sweat. Even though this on the eyes has a really chalky finish, I think it's because my under eyes are really dry. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I will check back in with you in 6 to 8 hours. So we're back and it's been about 7 hours since we last spoke. So my base was a BB cream, so as it is a little oily, but the parts where I most applied the concealer aren't that oily, and I don't know, I just really like this as a pinpoint concealer for acne. It's just a tiny bit washed off, but the texture is so perfect. It's only like a teeny little bit broken off. As an under eye, I mean, it hasn't creased much or budged, but I do maintain that I prefer like creamier, more hydrating under eye. But for a pimple concealer, yes, so much yes. I am so excited to incorporate this into my life and routine. And I'm going on vacation now. When you're watching this, I'm probably gonna be on vacation because I'm pre-filming everything. But I'm gonna take this with me as like, I'm not even sure I'm gonna take foundation. I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer just to sort things out in a time of need. But I'm very excited about it. So as an under eye concealer, if you have normal to oily under eyes, I don't think anyone has oily under eyes, but if they're quite normal, then you might get along with this. And if you like full coverage under eye concealers, or if you need full coverage under eye concealers, if you have dry or flaky under eyes, I think this will be a bit too cakey. Although if you can manage to put it under a really creamy base, it might be a good deal if you really need the coverage. I don't have very dark under eyes, just like lightly, so I do still prefer my Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer for under eye. It's a little more of a pimple concealer consistency, so all in all, it is a win, and you only need the tiniest bit, and the package is huge, so I'm very surprised, and at the same time really happy with my purchase. So let me know, guys, if you like this video. Give it a little big old thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more, and click the little bell button to know every single time I'm uploading. And let me know if you try the Tarte Shape Tape, if you like it as an under eye or as a pimple concealer or both. And don't forget to follow me, especially on Instagram and Twitter. I'm probably going to be really lively on my Instagram stories because I am right now on vacation and I'm giving you a little taste of the south of Portugal. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!